Hello, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past time, the research, study, mastery, and propaganda of the party committee's resolution, directive, and conclusions have been directed to implement seriously, timely, and effectively by the Provincial Party Committee, the Provincial Party Standing Committee.
At the implementation conference, the province is always interested in selecting rapporteurs who are leaders of central departments, ministry, and key leaders at the provincial level with extensive knowledge and experience, a thorough grasp and understand the problem, skills in conveying resolutions, directives, conclusions, and reference, extensive practical content, thereby helping learners absorb well, fully, and deeply the contents, improve the quality and effectiveness of learning, implementation, and mastery. In the work of organizing research, studying, and thoroughly grasping the resolutions, directives, and conclusions of the 13th term of the party, in general, officials and party members have a sense of responsibility in learning and grasp the basic contents of resolutions, creating unity of awareness and actions in the implementation process. After studying based on the action and implementation plans of the Provincial Party Committee, the Provincial Party Standing Committee, the party committees at all levels have developed implementation plans according to their functions and tasks, in which upholding the role of members of the Provincial Party Committee in leading, directing, and implementing in accordance with the actual situation of localities, agencies, and units assigned to them.
In the morning of May 6, TayNinhTV Departments of Natural Resources and Environment have a conference on anti-corruption propaganda for civil servants, public employees, and laborers of the system of Provincial Plan Registration Office.
Over the past years, the settlement of administrative procedures for land in the province has had positive changes. Branches of the Land Registration Office have strictly recorded the result of the application and made an appointment to return the results. However, the settlement and return of results of administrative procedures for land are still delayed, extending beyond the deadline for settlement. Some officers and employees of the branch of the Land Registration Office violated public service ethics, causing trouble and harassment to people when carrying out administrative procedures. At the conference, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thành, head of the Provincial Party Committee's Internal Affairs Department, standing deputy head of the Provincial Steering Committee for Anti-Corruption, informed officials and employees working in the system of Provincial Land Registration Office on a number of key points of the law on fighting against corruption and negativity of the party and state. Mr. Văn Tiến Dũng, Director of the Department of Natural Resources and Environment, also thoroughly grasped a number of contents related to the correction of the spirit and attitude of officials and employees in order to improve the quality of service to the people and businesses in carrying out administrative procedures in the field of land. Also in the same day, the Traditional Relation Committee of Information Veterans of TayNinhTV Province held its ninth meeting in 2023. This is an annual event maintained to review the tradition and promote effectiveness of information forces in the military today. It was established in 2008 under the Association of Veterans of TayNinhTV Province. Through meetings, the Liaison Committee has promoted its role as a bridge, creating regular relationships between generations of TayNinhTV information officers, soldiers, and veterans. Up to now, most of TayNinhTV information veterans have basically enjoyed on the regimes and policies as race right, upholding the tradition of heroic communication jobs. Over the years, the information force under the Provincial Military Command has quickly approached and mastered modern and new generational equipment and weapons, ensuring the smooth operation of military information, successfully completing the task worthy of the Golden Words awarded by alcohol to communication officers and soldiers, which is timely, accurate, safe. Currently, the southern provinces and cities are in the peak of the dry season. The hot weather is prolonged, causing the demand for using electricity in daily life and production to increase. Therefore, the power company recommends people to strengthen measures to save electricity. In order to strictly control the situation of electricity use or fighting the spending of houses, the power company recommends that customers pay attention to and practice saving electricity by measures such as turn off the electrical equipment when not in use, cleaning, applying seasonal lubricants for household electrical appliances. Check the entire electrical wiring in the household. If any connections are detected, they must be handled immediately. To avoid heat generation, there is a risk of fire and explosion. If the power cord is too small, it should be replaced immediately to match the load. Do not simultaneously use large capacity electrical appliances such as air conditioners, electric stove, irons, washing machines. Limit the use of large capacity electrical equipment that consumes a lot of electricity during peak hours. Prioritize the use of electrical equipment, labor, energy saving.
The Odeon Huatan House is in the peak times of launching to lead the business spots encroaching on the roadside, restore the urban order. Breweries is attempt to build the image of civilized and ordered urban area.
Since the holidays from the end of April until now, the functional forces of Huatan Town still regularly implement to clear hotspots of urban order, especially the Long Hoa Market area. Huatan Town assigned the Urban Management Office to assume the prime responsibility for and coordinate with the police, traffic inspectors, and peace committees of communes and wards in formulating plans to strengthen the prevention of trading encroaching on the roadside, causing traffic unsafety and losing urban beauty. This is the second rush of launching since the Lunar New Year to re-establish the urban order in the town. Most of the cases were remanded by the force and committed to not re-offend. Only a few cases were administratively sanctioned. The Town Peace Committee has also assigned the responsibility to the Peace Committees of communes and wards to monitor the situation of encroachment on the roadside. The functional force said that currently there are some small traders using rickshaws to sell fruits and vegetables. When the functional force show up, they pull their vehicles away very quickly. When the force withdrew, they pulled the vehicles back, so it was very difficult to handle. The fight against re-encroachment on the roadside is still very difficult and must be maintained regularly for the implementation to become routine. Although not professionally trained in machinery and equipment, but stemming from the actionist of the Selengen breeder, Mr. Bùi Phúc Vinh, Deputy Director of Hoàng Ngọc Bày Nga Company Limited, has tinkered, researched and launched the automatic system of Selengen's house, both saving costs and creating favorable conditions for farmers in managing and taking care of the Selengen's house. Accordingly, the automated system is a combination of electronic devices combined with programming technology to be able to monitor and change parameters through the interface on a phone or computer with internet connection. The controller is designed in a modular form to save cost of equipment replacement. The system has an alarm feature in case of too low humidity or too high temperature so that the keeper of the Selengen's house can promptly intervene and handle, as well can send automatically the email to report on the current situation of the Selengen's house on the temperature, humidity, and current time of the system. The solution automatic system won the third prize of the 10th TayNinhTV Provincial Science and Technology Innovation Contest 2018-2019. Mr. Bùi Phúc Vinh was also honored by the Central Committee of Vietnam Farmers Association as Scientist of Farmers in 2020. In May, Mr. Vinh will also be one of 35 individuals honored at the conference to honor the title of Typical Science and Technology Intellectual, Typical Creative Labor, Young Talents of Science and Technology. of TayNinhTV province for the first time in
Trong
2023.
đợt lễ tôn vinh đợt này
In this
thì
honoring
tôi
ceremony,
rất là tự
I am
hào
very
cho
proud
bản
for
thân, cho gia
myself
đình
and my
vì đã
family
những cái công trình
because
nghiên cứu
my
khoa học của tôi
scientific research
đã
has
được
been widely
sử
used
dụng
to
rộng rãi,
contribute to the
góp phần
development of
cho sự phát
science
triển
and
cái
technology
khoa học công
in
nghệ
the
của tỉnh
province.
nhà.
It can be said that this solution has contributed to promoting the movement of applying information technology to agriculture, increasing the efficiency of developing silicon farming model in TayNinhTV.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the last year, the application of information technologies in state agency has always been interested and focused by the province, creating an important chance in poll awareness and action, contributing to the promotions of administrative procedure reform, enhancing the quality of job settlement, and making a significant contribution to the socio-economic development and national defense security. In many localities throughout the country, the digital transformations is identified as a key task contributing to the convenience and satisfaction of people and businesses.
Recorded in Water City, the Department of Receiving and Returning the Resource of Administrative Procedure Settlement afterward has been interested, fully invested in equipment, spacious and modern facilities, meeting the requirements of people and businesses when they come to deal. The contingent of carriers and civil servants working here is also gradually consolidated, improved in capacity, always gentle, friendly, and wholeheartedly serving the people. Where officials always create the most favorable conditions for people so that during administrative procedures they are ready to answer people's questions. In the process of submitting documents on the public service portal, through which people also agree as well as coordinate with the receiving department afterward to increase the rate of online application submission, speeding up the process of receiving dossiers in the electronic environment for further development. In the first quarter of 2023 alone, the Appeals Committee of Water received 735 applications. Most of them are resolved on time. Along with that, the work also maintains the model of Wednesday without writing, Fridays without appointments to support people during the process of handling administrative procedures. After I did the dossier here, I found the staff here very enthusiastic, talking very softly, guiding me to do the procedure fully, quickly, and neatly. In fact, although most people are still familiar with how to submit documents directly, through the support and guidance of work officials and civil servants, many people have better understood the utility of online application submission, thereby step-by-step familiarize and use, contributing to increase the percentage of applications received in the local online form. In the coming time, the World Appeals Committee will direct civil servants to uphold their roles and responsibilities in the process of receiving and processing dossiers, strengthen discipline, continue to propagate to the people, as well as support people to create public service accounts for people to guide how to submit online documents more conveniently, help individuals and organizations carry out administrative procedure quickly, accurately, and economically, so as not to generate late dossiers, thereby improving the level of satisfaction of people and businesses in the process of administrative handling. With the joint efforts and consensus of the whole political system, and with the motto putting people and businesses at the center to serve, Water City has had more and more positive changes in reform of administrative procedure, modernizing the administrative system, bringing many convenience and satisfaction to people and businesses.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thanks for being with us and goodbye for now.